December 5th, 1955. In Montgomery, Alabama, a quiet act of resistance set in motion a movement that would shake the foundations of Jim Crow America. History often reduces it to a single name, a single seat, a single bus. But history is rarely that simple. What followed was not spontaneous outrage. It was strategy, organization, discipline, faith. It was a 381-day campaign of economic pressure that helped ignite the modern civil rights movement. In this episode, we step beyond the familiar names and headlines to present 5 facts about the Montgomery Bus Boycott that you may not know.
This is African American History is American History.
Today, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. is widely recognized as the face of the Montgomery Bus Boycott, but the movement was initiated by the Women's Political Council, WPC, a group of black professional women led by educator Joanne Robinson. Months before Rosa Parks' arrest, the WPC had warned city officials that the black community was prepared to boycott the buses over discriminatory treatment under Jim Crow segregation laws. When Parks was arrested on December 1st, 1955, Robinson and the WPC worked through the night, mimeographing tens of thousands of leaflets calling for a one-day boycott. This was not accidental protest. It was grassroots organizing at its finest.
This is African American History is American History.
The December 5th boycott was meant to coincide with Rosa Parks' court appearance. Organizers intended it to be symbolic, a demonstration of unity and economic power. But when nearly the entire black community of Montgomery refused to ride the buses that Monday, leaders realized something extraordinary had happened. The protest had momentum. That evening, at a mass meeting at Holt Street Baptist Church, the decision was made to continue the boycott indefinitely. A one-day protest became a year-long nonviolent resistance campaign. To sustain a boycott for 381 days required more than courage. It required infrastructure. Organizers created a sophisticated volunteer-run carpool system involving more than 300 vehicles. It operated like a private taxi service with designated pickup and drop-off locations across Montgomery. Dispatches coordinated routes. Churches served as transportation hubs. Mechanics volunteered repairs. The system became known as a rolling church, a moving space of prayer, strategy, and solidarity. This was not chaos. It was disciplined, nonviolent protest. When city officials pressured local white-owned insurance firms to cancel policies on the cars, organizers turned to black-owned insurance companies for coverage. Boycott leaders also secured overseas coverage for the carpool fleet through Lloyd's of London, an international insurance market with historic ties to the transatlantic slave trade. The irony was profound. A global institution once connected to human bondage was now underwriting a campaign for black freedom. It was a reminder that the Montgomery Bus Boycott was not just a local dispute. It was part of a global struggle for human rights. Contrary to popular belief, the boycott did not begin with demands for full integration. The initial requests were modest. More courteous treatment from bus drivers. The hiring of black bus drivers on predominantly black routes. A first-come, first-served seating policy in the middle section of the bus. Only after city officials refused to compromise did the strategy shift toward a broader constitutional challenge. That legal battle culminated in Browder versus Gayle, the federal court case that ultimately reached the U.S. Supreme Court. On November 13, 1956, the court affirmed that bus segregation was unconstitutional under the 14th Amendment. On December 20th, 1956, after 381 days, the Montgomery Bus Boycott officially ended.
This is African American History is American History. For 381 days, thousands of ordinary people walked to work. They rode bicycles. They carpooled. Some even rode mules. Black churches across the nation raised funds. Shoes were collected. Gasoline was donated. The boycott became a national symbol of economic resistance and moral courage. The Montgomery Bus Boycott did much more than desegregate buses. It introduced the world to a new generation of leadership. It refined the strategy of nonviolent protest, and it proved that collective action, organized, disciplined, and sustained, could bend the machinery of injustice. A seat on a bus, a city in Alabama, and a movement that changed American history. But history doesn't change itself. People do. This has been African American History is American History.
I'm Reggie Banks.
I'm Harlan Kearsley. And on behalf of everyone involved with African American History is American History, thank you for listening. And if you haven't done so,
Please like, comment, share, and subscribe to the show.
once you do, you'll be notified as soon as new episodes are posted. Thanks again, and please stay safe. African American History is American History. Copyright H.C. Kearsley, 2026.